This is CASSIUS for IFLTV. We're at the press conference stroke weigh-in ahead of tomorrow night's show, live on IFLTV, the People's Fighters. I'm joined by renowned coach, all-round kind of toe rag, Joseph McNALLY. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Kug. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Absolutely. Your hair was a bit of a mess yesterday. Today it's looking unbelievable.
Thanks for the barber you gave me. But it's fucked up the job a little bit. No, but you know, I needed it doing. It was like I had a woolly hat on. But it's nice that you noticed.
I notice everything. Always the small details. Frankie Stringer in action tomorrow. Still learning his craft. Still getting the rounds in, the wins, the experience. But Liam's spoken very highly of Frankie. And Frankie's starting to talk now as well, which is good. But how good of a prospect is Frankie Stringer?
You know what, Kug? Very good. He's been working quietly behind the scenes, young Frankie. Obviously, people's fighters are given an opportunity to stay active. He's fought on a lot of magnificent cards on Liam's undercard, who he's managed off. But you know what? I think Frankie's going to come in under the radar at the weight. He's a solid light, super feather lightweight. And you know, and he can be in a mix with the best in the country. You know, he's a beautiful box fighter. His record doesn't suggest it, but he's a spiteful hitter too. And look, he's got a good step up tomorrow against an experienced operator, a tough kid from Thailand, and hopefully take Frankie a few rounds. But I'm confident of getting his first stoppage. And I think once he gets that first stoppage, the ball will carry on rolling. And you know, he's an exciting talent. Yeah, and he can mix up the, you know, there's a lot of people, there's the Campbell Attons, the Noah Barney Smiths, sorry, not he's the younger one,
Royston Barney. Yeah.
Royston Barney Smiths of the world, and he's up there in the mix with them. He really is, and he's a big ticker seller in Liverpool, very likeable character, and I'm excited for him.
No, he's not on the bill, but a little clip that's gathering some pace since last night is Herera's outrageous call out of Lee Wood, which I'm sure you would have seen. I mean, it's quite interesting. How likely it is to happen in the near future, I don't know. But Herera, 15-0 now, he's up for anyone.
He certainly is. You know, he's a live one, KUGAN, and you know what? I've been with AD now for 4 fights, and you cannot tame him. He's got the Mike Tyson aura about him. You know, you try and correct his punctuality, his demeanour, his personality. You take away what he is. He's raw, and he speaks from the heart. And I seen it this morning. You know, I had a late night last night with the fighters, but I've got up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I've so many inboxes of the Lee Wood thing. To be honest, it's laughable to me. He's a 21-year-old, 15-0 contender. Lee Wood's been there, seen it done. I think Lee will have had a giggle about it.
He shared the post this morning, Lee, to be fair to him.
Yeah, be fair to him with that. You know, Lee's on the other end of the spectrum, but he's got another tough fight here in Liverpool, Queensberry, on the Nick Ball undercard. I'm expecting him to come through that, but look, the lightweights in the world and in Europe, he's one of the best lightweight prospects. I've just moved him up to 61 kilos. And he's a magnificent talent, and one I'm really, really excited for. He can be a genuine multi-weight world champion.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to the progress of Herera. Like I said, a little bit of an unknown quantity, even though he's fought 15 times, but now he's kind of under Frank, etc., and more people are getting to know who he is, then we're going to start kind of seeing more of him kind of inside and outside the ring.
Yeah, 100%. You know, he's learning his English. Putting the work in, so he actually understands everything you say more so, you know, and that's a thing. Me being a Scouser, I'm hard enough to understand as it is, but he understands. And you know what, Queensberry have got a diamond, and you know they've really touched lucky signing here. You know, they speak about your Andy Cruzes as the world who are with Matchroom. This kid's up there with them, and it's a fine line with him being 15-0 with a 90% KO ratio at 21 years old. I think he's 22 next week, but I might have to just pull him back a little bit before I excel him. to gain the experience, but there isn't one operator in the UK that have put him in with sparring that he's struggled with. His phenomenal talent, and you know, the fight in Liverpool is showcasing more to the European market again, and you know, he's going to be a big name. He's going to be on everyone's lips next year.
I interviewed him a couple of years ago, and it was like in pure Spanish. He didn't speak a word of English then. It was done for a translator, but now he needs a little bit of a push with the understanding every now and again, but yeah, he's come on leaps and bounds, which is going to help him moving forward, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. You know, he's dedicated. He's doing his English lessons consistently. His girlfriend's from London, so you know, she helps him along with that too. And but like I said, he's not too confident speaking, but he understands everything you say, and you know, next year he'd be fluent in English and obviously Spanish. So
and Scouse.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Joe, 2 weeks on Saturday, Liam Smith's huge fight on that undercard. I mean, it's a bit of a disservice to call it on an undercard, but it is on the undercard of Joshua and Dubois. Saw Liam with some great sparring yesterday, but he's all ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, he is. He's in a fantastic place, KUGAN. We've worked our way out here. Obviously, he got a lot of shit off the last fight, and rightly so, you know. And my main thing was him being healthy, fit, doing the weight correctly, and covering every aspect of his camp, which he's done. As you seen yesterday, really, really tough sparring against strong 168s, 175s. And we're prepared under the radar now, not too much talking, and it'll show you if Josh Kelly has got the minerals. I know what Liam's made of, and Liam turns up on the night. Josh Kelly's in real deep, and you know, Liam will take him to the wire massively, and I'm excited for the fight. Josh is a fantastic talent. He's got a good team around him, but look, there's questions out there about him. He wants to find that out with Liam, so be it.
Josh Kelly did a bit of media yesterday. I don't know if you saw some of the things that Josh Kelly was saying. He was asked about this sparring between Liam and Josh. Didn't say too much, but there was a couple of facial expressions there from Kelly to indicate that he was insinuating he maybe got the better of that sparring. What can you tell us about that?
You know, what I can vividly remember, well, what I can clearly remember, is Adam calls me. I think they were lining up, because he's been very well orchestrated in his career and managed to stylistically to suit him and his mental aspects of his game. Hence why he never rematched Ray Robinson or David Azerbaijan. But the sparring, Adam contacted me. Oh yeah, no problem, come up. And they had one spar, I think it was on the Wednesday, and he chose to stand there and fight with Liam. I won't say too much about it. And the second spar he referred to type. And that was it really. Adam wasn't there the second spar. Big, what's the big guy? His friend, the big guy, I forgot his name. Ex-heavyweight, cruiserweight. Nice kid. He was there, but Josh referred to type and had a dance around. And
ex-heavyweight, not Richard Towers.
Richard Towers, that's it, Richard Towers, yeah, nice fella. He was there and Josh referred to type, and you know, I'm under the understanding Adam wanted to be confident working in the pocket on the Wednesday. And I enjoyed that spar. And the second one, he referred to type, which is Josh's style, hit and move, and that was it really, nothing to it. It's a bit shit, to be fair. Yeah.
Everyone loves a sparring story, because apart from the people that are actually in the gym, it's always second-hand information. Like it's probably 100 times information by the time this has got round to me and you talking about it. But Joe, I wanted to ask you your opinion on Liam Smith not being kind of the first choice opponent for Josh Kelly. The fight, I think, with kind of BENN and EUBANK and BROOK was being spoken about beforehand.
For Liam,
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I was mightily disappointed, really. Obviously, it's not a secret that I didn't want him to go into the rematch with Chris in the condition and state he was in with his injury. I truly believe if he prepared right, as we did in the first fight, he would have come through victorious with the second one. More so with the VADA testing still in the contract and a few more bits and bobs. Now, you know, we would have walked into the Conor fight, but Kell-Brook would have been a massive fight for him. You know, when it was getting talked about with Liam and Kell, Josh Kelly had accepted a fight against James Metcalf, publicly called him out for his IBO World Championship. James Metcalf accepted the contest, it went to pairs bids with the IBO, and Josh Kelly pulled out the fight. You know, I loved that fight for James Metcalf, loved it. And Josh pulled out of that, and here we are, Liam Smith v Josh Kelly. It's how the business works.
In mysterious ways. Last thing, look, just talking to Liam, I'm assuming Liam's never going to be satisfied to end his career if that third fight with EUBANK doesn't happen. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely, Coog. You know Liam. You know, different ends of the spectrum. If you give Liam the option to rematch anyone he's lost to, he'll take it in a heartbeat. You know, and I know that fight because it wasn't himself really burns him deep in his heart. And look, an ideal story ending would be him to do the number on Josh, get the win, and then push on to fight Chris, because Chris has gone nowhere. He's fighting a Polish kid, you know, and he's priced himself out the Canelo fights, and it's 1-1. Chris had his excuses for the first one, Liam had his excuses for the second one, so do the decider. It's simple, isn't it, really? Yeah.
All right, well listen, before any of that, obviously 21st of September is the focus for you guys and Liam Smith. Great fight on that card. Arguably the best fight on the card in some people's opinions, so we shall see. But before that, this Friday, live on
IFLTV.
I can't believe I had to show you.
We film stuff. I like the t-shirt.
Tell them to tune in Friday night.
Yeah. Hopefully, and don't be having too many brandies tonight, so you're not roughed.
Definitely not, mate. Joe, thank you very much, and we'll catch up with you after Frankie's fight tomorrow night.
Pleasure, KUGAN, as always. Thank you so much. God bless me. Thank you.